One process done in a DCF that you definitely want to be aware of is the mid-year convention. But what is the mid-year convention and why do I need to know about it? Essentially, in a DCF, it assumes that cash flows come at the end of every single recurring year for a company. What the mid-year convention does is it takes all these cash flows and moves them from the end of the year to the middle of the year. So let's say you have a DCF at n equals 1, which means it's at the end of year 1, that's what the free cash flows are. And a mid-year convention formula, what you would do is n would equal 0.5, which means halfway through that first year. And then when we got to n equals 2, that would really be 1.5, halfway through the first year. Now, why do people do this, and what's the significance for the valuation of a company? Now, think about it. If we're using the mid-year convention, the value of our company is going to be a little bit higher because in the mid-year, this means that all cash flows are coming in the middle and not the end. So when we discount them back to the present, there's less distance between the forecasted time for our cash flow and the present value, which means we have to discount them by a lesser amount. In other words, our future projected cash flows are closer to the starting point, and because they're closer, this means that when we discount them, we don't have to discount them as much. So the mid-year convention can increase a company's valuation. Now, along with that, another thing the mid-year convention does is it takes into account the fact that a company's cash flows aren't always going to come at the end of the year, and most likely it's going to be spread out throughout the whole year, which means the middle is the best point to average or even median all of the cash flows coming into the business. Now, the only time you want to make sure you keep an eye out for a mid-year convention if it's a certain company like a landscaping company or something that has a lot of cyclicality to it, where a mid-year convention isn't going to represent the flow of revenues.